Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand out the way, you know what I mean?
Oh, I need to get like a better intro because like it's like not as smooth, you know? I don't know. I feel like people should know when it starts. But anyways, what's up, guys? It is your host, Russell Ray. We are on the Better Take podcast. Today we have our first ever guest, BBA, Big Baller Ant. You want to give him like your actual name or?
Yeah, Anthony. What's funny is like, it's funny. I was thinking, before we got on, I was telling Lex last night. Lex is my girlfriend, by the way. I was just saying like, well, because if I like reference her and someone doesn't know who Lex is, like just to make the pod.
Right, you really love your girlfriend.
I do a lot. Yeah. She was telling me before I walked out. She was like, don't forget, be who you are. You love your girlfriend. No, I love her a lot. But I was telling Lex, I was like, man, I wonder if like I go by BigBallerAnt like at some point. When is that like kind of youngish? Like I'm 25 now.
Yeah,
I've been BigBallerAnt since like I was 20, I think, or 21 years old. So it's kind of like at what point is BigBallerAnt no longer my name?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that too. I'm like, because Big Baller brand isn't like a thing really anymore. So it's like, when is that going to change?
If you really think about it, like I'm kind of the second most known baller. Like we got
might be,
like we got LaMelo, and then like me and Zoe are kind of up there for number 2. Yeah, but no, I don't know. It's just like I don't know what I would go as. I don't really know.
Just accept yourself, man.
Anthony, but it's like Ant. There's so many ants in the world. And I would want to be the Ant. Like I would want Ant just to be my Ant name.
I feel like you need a rebrand. Like we should focus on trying to make sure like you just like move forward as Ant instead of like BBA.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the majority of people who know me, like actually know me, like call me Ant.
Yeah. I have to call you BBA because we have an Ant too.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Yeah. And he's dope, by the way.
But I wanted to ask you about that because like for reference to like Ant, I think we should just give like the background, like very briefly. Yeah. Ant actually works for Anaka. Some might say he's like Anaka, like, you know what I mean? The backbone of Anaka. So I've known Ant prior to his position at Anaka. Like I literally used to like work. I used to package like orders.
Yeah, do you remember?
Like, yeah, bro. So,
funny. Do you actually remember when we first met or no?
I do.
In H&M?
Yeah,
that was legendary. This is a full circle moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do you remember I used to pack for GBT early?
Yeah,
it was really me, you, and Shawley.
Yeah.
Basically, all together. I remember when I broke down those boxes for you because like I don't know why they were just there, but they needed to be broken down.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I finished. And then you sent me $500. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because I felt bad. I was like, damn, bro, like that wasn't his situation to take care of. But
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was crazy times.
It's honestly wild because like I knew you as like the homie that would help out.
Yeah.
And then now like seeing you progress through and like become kind of like I said, like the backbone of Anaka and like helping them get to the pivot to the point where they're at now. It's like been so crazy. And I feel like you kind of stepped in this position from someone that used to watch like as just like someone that was like a subscriber and a follower, and then like you moved into being like an actual pivotal role. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the most interesting dynamic of it. I feel like that's the most interesting dynamic because to most listeners, I guess, for this pod or just people in general, that's the point of view that they all have is like a subscriber. So it's like I think the people who do resonate with me, who actually know my story, who follow me, that's probably part of the reason they resonate with me because it's like just pretty much like everyone else, I was a fan. And yeah, I mean, there's so many stories nowadays of people who like, I mean, look, Izzy's literally an example of someone who a year ago didn't even live in Houston and, was basically, watching everyone the same way I was at some point. So, I mean, there's definitely many stories out there, but I think to the level that I am, it's pretty rare, especially in our industry, but just in general, it is pretty rare.
Yeah. Like you're literally in the position of like the people that are listening right now.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, damn, I got fuck with these guys. But what's cool about you, which is like different from other people, is that like I feel like whenever you got around us, like you acted more so like little bro. Like you're like, bro, if y'all ever need anything, like if y'all need any help. But then you also like it's kind of weird because in this position, like I'm always gonna view myself as a normal person. Like I don't view myself above others in a way. So like whenever I meet people, it's kind of awkward when it's like, yo, like you're so and so for me, da 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 da. And I appreciate that, but it's kind of hard to form like a relationship. with
because
people
that dynamic is always like fan to you know.
And it's so weird. I don't even like using the word like fan and shit. But it's just like you came more of across like, yo, I fuck with y'all. Yeah. Versus like, yo, like I'm a fucking fan. Yeah. Like you know how Charlie like would suck LeBron's dick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Charlie and LeBron, definitely.
I don't even think he would mind like that being out, to be honest with you.
Nah, I mean he probably would say it himself.
He's a bronzexual for sure.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Tried and true.
Actually, I take that back. That was pretty aggressive. Maybe
I don't know if he would, but potentially.
But he might be open to the idea of doing it.
I mean, for sure.
Yeah,
open to the idea.
He wouldn't mind. Like if he had to do that for LeBron to win another ring, like I'm sure he would. Like type of shit. But like I said, like going back to
if the Lakers win a ring, then we know what happened.
Oh yeah, I already know. He's flying to LA. Like, but going back to the conversation, I feel like a lot of people. What makes you different from a lot of people, right, is that you more so like approach people as people. Like you try to get to know you try to get to know them on a grounded level, and I feel like that helps you with those relationships. Yeah, because like when I look at like how you kind of like move, I feel like you're pretty well connected at this point. Like you know people, you have people in high places, so it's just like that came off of you being able to connect with those people more on a personal level versus like, oh, like you're so and so, and I'm looking at you as like I'm putting you on this pedestal. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I think now it definitely works. It still works. Maybe now, kind of in some relationships, or sometimes it can work reverse. Whereas like maybe I'm the person who someone would look up to, or has the say in whatever the case may be, the conversation. Yeah. But yeah, I still do kind of approach people the same way of just like, I mean, because at the end of the day, bro, like. Everyone's just a regular person, like kind of how you were saying. So it's like there's never really been that many people or that many like conversations where I'm a part of where I'm like, oh my God, that's so and so. Yeah. And yeah, so I definitely do think I agree with you. Like that is one of like I guess one of my strong suits is kind of just like building that personal relationship with people, and just continuing to not like get away from that, especially as I grow and progress in my career. So no, I agree with you. That's definitely one of the stronger points. I think with you guys for sure though, it was like because I watched you and Charlie the most out of the whole like fitness industry. And I think it was just that like you guys reminded me of me and my boys, and just like reminded me more so of like myself as opposed to like whoever else was making fitness content at the time. So like, it's with Charlie in specific, I would DM him prior to meeting him, and not like weird, but I would just respond to his stories. Like literally I would respond to his stories like I would now. Yeah. Like it was weird because I didn't know him. So he kind of had a recollection of who I was when he met me, when I told him, because like I said, my name was BigBallerAnt. Like that's kind of a, it's a name that you're not going to miss. Yeah. So he kind of knew, that I wasn't like weird. Yeah. I guess. And then when I just was around, I was like, shit. Like to me at the time, since I was essentially working for free, I was like, man, I'm just going to do whatever I can and just not be OD about it. Not be like, trying to hang out with you guys until it was just like normal. Yeah. You guys were normal, especially you and him, because that's who I was spending most of my time with. Yeah. And
it's crazy because we guys can point out, like, I just look at you as like a homie. Like, it's not even like on some like, oh, this is Ant. He used to watch our shit or whatever. It's like, nah, this is the homie.
Nah, facts.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people, like, I don't even know how I want to put this. I feel like people, so like there's people where I meet them and I'm like, okay, you're chill. Like you're going to talk to me like a normal person. Yeah. Like you're going to talk to me like you're going to talk shit to me, or you're going to like laugh at what I got to say or whatever. Yeah. Versus like, you almost just look at me like a
character.
Like a character or some shit like that. It's not that it's a bad thing, but it's always unique whenever you're able to form relationships with people like off of the commonality of like, oh, like you watch my content. Yeah. It turns into more of a friendship after that.
And I think it's so rare because like it's not that people idolize, who you watch, but there's an aspect of like idolization when you watch someone. It's like if you met Joe Rogan, like how many, like what is the likeliness that when you meet Joe Rogan, you're going to talk to him as if you were talking to your boy?
True.
Like
That's
it's
so
pretty
true.
low. Like, I mean, you watch him for, however long you watch, and then you finally meet them. Like there's so many things that you just have their content or something can experience. Like, so I guess it's very rare to find that type of relationship and form it in like in a normal way that you did when you were like, when you met Charlie and Alex and Josh, I remember the first time. I feel it's pretty rare. And it's almost impossible. I feel like nowadays, I think it's so not impossible.
What do you
I
mean?
take that back. To form, like, it's really hard. I feel like to form. I mean, speaking for myself, to form a true like just connection with people, especially in not in our. I don't want to say specifically in our industry, but just like for the role that I play in our industry, or the role that you might play, is like most connections with people is like off the strength of business.
Yeah.
And then you're dope. Like you're dope, and I fuck with you, and it is what it is. But like, I feel like with business in specific, like if it's business first, it's kind of always going to be business, or it's like always going to be at least treated like you're my boy in the business world, or you're my boy in this fitness industry shit, or you're my boy like in that aspect. But like, are you really my boy like the way I would need you to be? If my car broke down and I was stuck on the middle of the road and I needed a ride. Like that's just I feel like most of the time it's not really like that. And it might just be because some people are. I feel like the dynamic of the relationship is like most people come to you needing something, or you come to them. Basically, a lot of the business exchanges is like, let's what I'm saying, let's collab, let's connect, let's do this and that. And if that's the dynamic of the relationship, it kind of stays like that.
Yeah, because our relationship, like I feel like our relationship to a point now, it's like it's not like that at all.
Oh
like,
no, 100%. Like
we hit each other on some other
don't
shit,
even
like,
talk about. We rarely ever. I don't think me and you have ever talked about fitness in like an actual like
fuck no
type thing. If I need help with something, like like I might hit you up about a movement or some shit. But like I don't think it's never like that, and it was never like that. Like when we first met. I mean,
it was
if anything,
some shit. Like it was.
Yeah, I mean, helping you package and shit, but it never even felt like it was like an official like. I always felt like it was me helping you out, not like me working for you or hours and shit like that. Even back then, and with Charlie, the most interesting thing though about my relationship with Charlie, because Charlie is like by far just like my best friend in the world. Like Charlie's probably the one person. There's a few people, but he's the number one person that like beyond anything I would defend to my dying breath. Anything that Charlie would need in any given moment, for better, for worse, I'll do it. That's like my guy. So the interesting dynamic of that is like at the end of the day though, he's still my boss. You know what I mean? Like I still work for him. I'm employed by Anaka, and obviously my work relationship is different. It's not like he just tells me what to do or whatever. It's
almost like he trusts you to kind of push
for
it
sure,
forward,
for sure, like without a doubt.
It's almost like you're a big fan of Drake, so it's almost like you Chubbs.
Or like 40.
Yeah, 40,
you know what I mean? Like some shit like that. Like for sure. I mean, I think our friendship has helped the business relationship because I never feel like pressured or anything. But me knowing that at the end of the day he's my boss has just always been like there's like I don't ever expect our friendship to triumph that. Just because at the end of the day it's like that's the most important thing. But that's the most interesting dynamic. Even with Sam, Esmo, the other co-owner of Anaka. My relationship with him is like big bro too. Them in specific are like big bro for real. But it's all rooted in just knowing that like this is cool and all, but like you at the end of the day you got to get your shit done
for sure.
And that's just that's why I am the way I am with work.
Even just jumping off of the fact that like we talk about other shit, right? When we started the podcast, you mentioned Offer It, which is like funny. You said like, "Yo, Lex, my girl. I love my Lex. I love my girlfriend." So like, even just branching out, we don't have to talk about her specifically. I mean, we talk about whatever you want to, but like, I really wanted to talk about the idea and the concept, right? Because I feel like for the 5 girls that watch this podcast, right, and actually all the dudes too, because I think younger dudes need to hear this.
Yeah.
At what point? Because for context, Ant treats his girlfriend like a queen. Like I'm talking about, like he
Truly
treats her so well, right? At what point, whenever you first started, I guess like maybe like being around her, did you know I'm gonna take this girl seriously?
So, so I guess like context to the context. I work with her, so I kind of knew her prior to like us dating or us even being in a flirting or romantic thing. And it was never like, oh, this is like my work wife, or like it was nothing like that. Like we were friends, like genuinely.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely helped. Just because like if you know someone prior to something, like you kind of have not that like we had a solid friendship, like this is my like friend, but there was definitely already a level of respect off rip. Okay, so we had our first date, and then stayed the night. I didn't do anything. It was just like super late, so I stayed the night there, and then had a second date. And I think the second date was when I knew, okay, like I'm gonna take her seriously, just because the conversations that we were having, were just great conversations.
Yeah.
We actually had our second date at Juliet.
Okay.
The weekend that it opened.
Yeah.
Got a reservation, and I knew I was gonna take her serious. The only problem was that, so we had our second date, and then the next day I flew to Miami. So I was out in Florida for a week, like a full week. I was out in Florida, and I was a wild boy.
Yeah,
prior.
there's
just even there's points in the relationship where I was still just like kind of like a wild, just guy in general.
There was wild Ant for a minute, for sure. And I was like, God damn, this young boy is wilding.
Yeah, I was definitely a wild guy. But basically, long story short on that, went to Miami, posted like some just random shit on my story.
Mm-hmm.
Like my close friends, I was just kind of like reckless or just like dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I got this girl's number, whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of like story time with my close friends. And she hit me and was like, kind of like blowing me off that day. And she was like, yo, like do what you want to do, whatever, but like, keep me out of it. I actually enjoy like spending time with you. And if this is the shit you're going to be on, like, that's fine. Like, do you, but just don't like have me a part of it. And I mean, that just made me realize like, okay, like a random girl in Miami or a random girl in general just like isn't really worth it. Cause I was forming a solid connection with her. And that was over the course of like 2 weeks, our first and second date. So
sheesh.
Our second date was when I knew, okay, I'm gonna take her seriously.
Yeah. I say all that to say, or ask those questions, because I feel like as I get older, like a lot of people, like I see like now I'm like a little bit older and I see like all the younger kids or whatever, and they have like all these situationships. And I'm like, bro, as a man, like when there's a girl that you like for real, you're not gonna waste no time.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get straight to it. If like for the 5 girls that are listening, if you're like in a situationship, chances are that dude really don't like you. He just keeps you around for convenience. And like
100%.
It's unfortunate because I mean you have to hear that in a real way. But like think about it like this, right? If you've been on a couple dates with a dude and y'all been talking, I feel like a month is fair. Yeah. Right. And he's still giving you the runaround, he ain't taking you seriously. Like,
yeah. The saying that I see like a lot of girls use is like, if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah. And it's so fucking
it's
true.
pretty true.
It sounds so corny to say that shit and like really live on that shit. But like whenever a dude finds a girl that he fucks with, there's nothing that's gonna keep him from that girl.
It's
like,
so wild the switch that happens.
Yeah.
Like
I bet you'd do anything for her. If she lived in San Antonio, you'd be driving to San Antonio
100%.
every fucking night and driving back in the
100%.
morning or some shit.
You know what's funny is like I feel like you never realize it when you're the one in it, but you immediately realize it when your boy gets a girl that he likes.
Oh my god!
Yeah. When your boy gets a girl that he actually likes, it's just like
it's night and day, man. Yeah, like you know how some people are like, oh yeah, man, I'm just not about that PDA shit, or like I can't be texting my girl all day type shit. Yeah. Like, fuck no, man. I'm sure you talk to like all fucking day.
Yeah. What's so the interesting, not too interesting dynamic, but like we spend pretty much 24/7 with each other since we work together. So like, and at work, a lot of our work kind of like coexist. Like creatively, she's kind of like creative director in a sense, or just like creative director assistant, I guess, with me. And yeah, she does a lot of marketing stuff too. So like we pretty much spend 24/7. Like wake up, walk to the gym now.
Yeah.
We don't work out together all the time, but if we do, then wake up, go to the gym, get dressed, go to work, like eat breakfast, go to work, spend all day together, and then come home and we're like together all the time.
Yeah.
And at first, it's weird because like most people would ask like, damn, like you're never gonna get tired of that, or like, damn, like y'all have been, spend 3 months together or 4 months together, like you're not gonna get tired of that or like whatever. And me personally, like I never thought about it. Like I never was like, damn, I spend all my time with this girl. Like never did that ever come to mind. And I think it was just like just natural. Because I just enjoy like all my time with her, like literally. Like, and it's weird because I don't want to say that we don't argue, because like we definitely go back and forth like in a healthy manner for sure, but like not a lot of serious arguments, not a lot of back and forth. Just there's no really question in the relationship.
Yeah, I bet you find yourself compromising. You're just like,
yeah,
it's like you're like, hey man, I ain't even trying to fight. Like I care about her too much or whatever. Like I'm not even trying to be angry today. Like
I think especially towards the beginning. So like prior to the relationship with her, like I was in a relationship that I just didn't really take serious. And when you're in a relationship that you don't take serious, or I guess when you're talking to a girl that you don't really take serious, like that compromise is, you're like, what?
Yeah,
You're
like you move off of ego.
Yeah,
you're like
100%.
Like I'm not finna let you tell me this because like in a sense, like I don't respect you enough to hear you out.
100%.
Like
100%.
Yeah. So like a lot of these younger dudes, I be seeing them like mess around with girls, and it's like, yeah, like I like her, but like finding excuses as to why maybe they can't fully commit or whatever. I'm like, bro, you wasting each other's time.
Facts.
Like, and it sucks because it's like one of those things you almost have to just like allow the person to go through, because like you have to experience it in real life. Whenever you find that person that makes you just like want to just fucking do everything for, like that's the person. But if you find yourself making excuses, like I remember early, like, so I had a podcast with the homies before GM podcast, right?
Legendary.
We were talking about, it was so funny because like we were so young, but like when you look back at it, these niggas were on there saying like, I can never text a girl all day. I can never. I'm too busy.
That's Alex.
Yeah, that was Alex and Charlie. They're like, what? Like texting a girl all day, this, that, and third. And they're like, oh, I could never be around a girl. Like I need my own time. Da da da. And I remember I was like, I just think y'all don't like y'all girl like that. And they're like, nah, like no normal human, no normal man. Da da da. I'm like, bro, once you find a girl that you like for real, like you're not gonna stop talking to her. Like there's always gonna be constant conversation, or you're always gonna find ways to kind of get in her ecosystem.
100%. And I definitely think what's funny is like saying that I'll never talk to a girl all day to like boost masculinity is just like weird to me, because I'm like, so then you're just talking to your guys all day. Like I don't know, like that's just not. That's never been the wave for me. Like it's just not. I don't really like. I don't take pride in talking to men all day.
You know what I used to tell the homies? I'm like, look, if we have a link and my girl told me to stay home, I'm staying home with my girl. Like my girl got a vagina, bro. Like,
no, I mean,
she wins every time. Like, Sarah's in the back laughing, and I'm dead ass about that. Like, if I'm locked in with a girl and my homies tell me to hang out, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 90% of the time, I'm gonna choose my girl.
Yeah,
like it is how it is. And I see the same thing with you too. It's like if Lex ain't gonna be there, I'm probably gonna be there either.
Nah,
like,
facts.
So
the perfect balance though is like having the girl that your boys are cool with. That's like the perfect balance, because it's like, if you get invited somewhere, it's kind of like she's the automatic plus one, and it's a vibe.
Like Lex is cool. I mean, like I said, she was more than welcome to come chill, because like she's cool like that. And I feel like a lot of, like for me, unless it's designated like, you know those links where it's like, yo, it's been too long, we got to link, we got to do some shit. Then we'll like verbalize, yo, no girls, like just straight up dudes. And I'm like, all right. This one I got to be at.
Nah, fact.
But for the most part, it's like, yo, let's watch the game. Like I remember, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Or like, it's like, yo, let's watch the game or whatever. And it's like, in a situation, I'd just be like, nah, like I'm trying to hang out with my girl or whatever. Like I would actually much rather just be with my girl than be with y'all. Like no offense.
Yeah.
Like, but I think like most most dudes are like that. Like once they lock in with a girl for real, like they're not gonna be playing no games. And I think that a lot of people, unfortunately, like I be watching people like in situations and like doing funny shit. I'm like, man, you just wasting your time.
Yeah.
But
The worst is like I think the worst is when someone thinks that it's not that, or like if the girl is like hoping that it's not that, or like the guy even.
That's
like
so
those
bad.
are the worst. Like if you
Yeah.
both know you're on bullshit, then I mean, it's whatever, y'all know that you're on bullshit.
Yeah, and it's typically the girls that get the bad end of that
Yeah,
because
they
they're
do.
like, no, like
I'm gonna change him.
Yeah, he's busy, or like, no, it's not like that. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, like,
Yeah, like you're just like, bro, I wish you can see that. Like
Yeah.
it's not like that.
but like I said, it's like one of those things where like you have to get to a point where you're gonna realize it whenever you actually get in that situation.
Yeah,
Where there's like a dude, like you won't even question it, like off rip.
that's the weird thing. Is like it's like you've never found yourself in a situation like that, but when you do, it's like second nature. It's not even like a realization. It's just like a natural thing that you're just like inclined to do, and you're just inclined to be with this person, and it's just like just naturally to you. You're like, I want to be with this person all the time.
And it's actually scary too because a lot of people don't realize how many relationships that they're in that they fucking hate.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, bro. I see you talk to your girl. You literally look pissed off every time
Yeah,
she
you
opens her
hate
mouth.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think you realize like that's not normal.
No, it's
Like,
not. It's not normal at all. I
Yeah.
think prior to this relationship, so I was in like a high school relationship. So like I don't really ever, that's just like a high school relationship. College never was really in one, and then the one I was in before this, the moment that I realized that, I was having a conversation with like Charlie, whoever. I was like, man, like, why am I in this relationship? Like, why?
Yeah.
And I just told her, like, I was like, yo, like, it's not that I dislike you or like I lost feelings for you, but like I no longer want to be in this relationship. And I was luckily like nothing was wrong with the person or anything. I just didn't want to be in the relationship, and I didn't want to find myself 5 years into a relationship and like wasted whatever opportunity or just time of enjoyment trying to be in a relationship because like it was just like normalized.
Yeah.
So luckily, like I was able to just be like, hey, like just respect, but like I just don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the toughest part for some people because some people know like they don't want to be with their girl. Like they know, like they know, like
which is like I'm laughing because it's so fucked, man. Like, it's so true.
Like you don't want to be with your fucking girl.
Damn,
like
man.
if you get invited somewhere and you're like, fuck, fuck, I gotta tell my girl.
Yeah.
Like fuck, like you don't want to be with her, so it's like, bro.
The worst is like whenever like let's say like I see a couple together and I see the dude like as soon as he gets there, he ditches his girl. And, like,
that's
lets her,
brutal.
Oh my god. And like makes her fend for herself like in a social setting where he knows everybody.
Oh, that's brutal. I used to do that.
I'll be watching. Yeah. I was like low key like referencing.
I used to do that.
Bro, like it sucks because I'm just like, this guy does not like his girl because he just ditched her and like made her fend for herself in a sea full of people that she does not even know.
Yeah,
like
that's the worst. That's the worst. I highly recommend you never do that.
Yeah,
you know what's worse though? I don't want to say it's worse. It's kind of sexist, but like when a girl does that to a guy, I feel like, oh, that's terrible. If that ever happened to me,
when
my ego would be like I kind of have a pretty large ego sometimes, so like it would really hurt me.
Yeah,
I'd be pretty fragile.
Man, when you get to the party and they start dapping you up, like, yeah, man, hey, you got a good one.
Oh no, that's terrible. Yeah, if someone hit me with that, I'd be like,
yeah, you might have to start swinging, bro.
Yeah, I'll be a little heated. On that.
Yo, she talk about you all the time. Like, what the fuck you mean? She talk about you all the time,
yeah,
bro.
that would have to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your girl walked you into a room full of guys that you don't know, man,
and lets you fend for yourself.
Yeah, ooh.
Oh no, that's not a good look.
I hate like me personally. This is kind of random. I just hate having to ask people shit that I don't know. Like the other day, it was I was going to watch the game at Shawley, so I had to get a quick workout in. So my walk to the Equinox is like 8 minutes, but I could work out in the apartment. I just didn't know what floor it was on.
Yeah.
And so I asked Alex, I texted her, I'm like, yo, what floor is the gym on? She's like, whatever. Ask the concierge. I was like, nah, I'd rather walk. Like I would rather walk to the gym than like ask someone I don't know. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of like asking people shit like that.
I'm the same way. Like, and I think it was like the social anxiety component of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time I was at this is like a branch off, but one time I was at Chipotle and I didn't have my card with me.
Yeah.
Right. And I've never used like Apple Pay before or anything like that. And I literally sat outside of Chipotle for about 45 minutes trying to figure out if they accept Apple Pay. Because I didn't want to
ask.
Yeah, like a normal fucking human being would have got out of their car and went like, hey, do you guys accept Apple Pay?
Yeah.
But I don't like asking questions so much because I don't want to socially interact with people in a setting and look almost like you look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want to ask that question. And I sat there for 45 minutes like Googling and researching if they accept Apple Pay.
Bro, what's funny is what's not funny, but in high school, like my friends would always tell me like, you have social anxiety, but like I didn't really understand, anxiety and shit like that because I do like to this day.
You got social anxiety?
Not like OD, like not social anxiety in the sense of like I don't want to be social or I don't want to be in a public space.
Yeah,
but like I definitely will avoid having to converse with people that I like a lot like not like people, but like I mean they are people. like I literally walked to the gym because I didn't want to ask the concierge what floor the gym was on.
It might manifest itself in like certain like very specific situations. Yeah, like that was the same way with me.
Bro,
too.
like that Chipotle situation. That's something that I would do. Like I don't like having to like in the grocery store. Like I won't ask someone where something's at. Like I would much rather walk the grocery store 3 times to find it myself.
It's almost like you don't want to be viewed as like a burden or like you're inconveniencing somebody or like
like especially some like a service, a service worker in specific.
For sure,
I try to just like let me make this transaction as easy as possible in your day. I don't want to cause anyone any problems. Like if someone messes up my order, like I'll just
just take that fucking
like unless they completely fucked my shit up. Like unless someone completely fucks my order up, like I'll try to just stay out of the way.
Yeah. But even getting back to the conversation about relationships, right? I asked this because there was something that kind of sparked my interest this past week. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Ebony Williams situation where she talked about dating a bus driver. Like, would you not date a bus driver? I'm not sure I want to specifically get into that specific conversation because the crux, like the genesis of the conversation was like, okay, would you date a bus driver? Like, if he was a good man, right? And she was like, no, like only if he owned, like, no, only if he owned like a bus company or some shit like that. And people were kind of frustrated and mad about that because she kind of framed it in a way that like kind of put service workers down. Yeah. In a sense.
I saw the clip.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I saw the second clip when she doubled down.
Yeah. She doubled down.
I saw that.
So that when she doubled down, she made it even worse. She just kind of like, she viewed that as like, no, she wouldn't want to date anyone that would like had an average job in that sense or whatever. And I think the situation with that, she unfortunately, like I watched the full episode of the podcast where she broke it down. She just doesn't know how to talk. Like she doesn't know how to like kind of convey her point. She talks very black and white. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of interpretation that's left up to the people that are listening. Yeah. I think had she just said my personal preference is to date someone that matches my current like status or like, income or whatever, she would have been fine. But she kind of went a little bit extra and like, unfortunately, average and mediocre, like those are the words that she was using. Those automatically have a negative connotation. Like even though like when you look at the definition of it, it's not negative. Yeah. In our society, those are used like in a negative.
Yeah, mediocre in specific is crazy.
Like if I looked at you and I said you're mediocre.
Yeah, like, that's like, bro, just tell me I'm all right.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you're not gonna take that too well. So going back to the relationship standpoint, is there any like almost like prerequisites that a lady has to hit in order to catch your eye? Like, I mean, obviously, like Lex is the apple of your eye. You never look at anyone else. Like, there's no fucking way, right? But, what are some things that it's almost like, nah, you like for you personally, you can't be this, or like, I need you to, I don't know, maybe physical traits or maybe any things that are not physical.
I mean, physical traits, not so much. Like, I mean, obviously they have to just be, attractive, but that's obviously just kind of like your own. Everyone defines attractiveness differently.
Not to interrupt you, even though I'm interrupting you. The question, as I've gotten older, the question that I hate now is, are you an ass or tits guy?
Yeah.
I hate that question.
That's a horny ass question.
That's
but like, it's number crazy, one. Yeah,
that's a horny ass question. But
that's a good way to tell what kind of guy though.
Yeah, it is. It is
like if you know, someone's just like, I'm a tit guy. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Chances are that's like a white dude.
Yeah, like yeah, kind of like a horny guy.
Yeah, like a horny
you just
guy.
Like titties, bro.
That's
not that I don't, obviously, but like if that's like your thing, you're a little horny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. So back attractiveness, just relative, you know, to what I find attractive. I think just doing something though. Like you don't have to necessarily have a crazy job. Actually, okay, I'll say this. Passionate about something.
Okay.
Just passionate about something. You have to have some type of just soul to you, I guess.
Yeah.
That's all. That will forever be my biggest thing. Some type of personality.
Yeah.
And you can. I feel like you only build personality through just real shit. I had a conversation once with someone that you know, and I'll tell you off pod, but they are off air. They were saying something about whatever. Like I don't know. They were just a part of the conversation. It was a girl, part of a conversation. And, you know, knowing who this person is, what she does, she doesn't really, you know, do anything. And, you know, I didn't say this to her, and I would, you know, like I would if I had to, but she doesn't work. And this works for not just girls. I want to clarify that this kind of works for anyone.
Yeah.
But she doesn't work. She didn't work towards anything, any goal. You know, there was nothing in her daily life that she was doing. And it was just like, really, what could you say about this certain situation if you've never really, you know, you're not really doing anything right now. You're not really, I feel like your opinion, not that it doesn't matter, but like, what is it weighed off of? You know what I mean? Like, I feel so, like to the original point, like, would you date a bus driver, right? Like, it doesn't even matter, right? The bus driver, the service worker, like they're working towards something. They're doing something.
Yeah.
And you know, the rest is kind of up to each personal preference. But like, if someone's just not doing anything,
yeah,
you know, a quote unquote bum, like, or a bum, you know, someone who's just like lazy.
Yeah.
I guess all that I'm saying is you just can't be lazy. You can't just be doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me. Like, it doesn't matter what you're passionate about. You can be passionate about, you know, painting, nails, you know, powerlifting, anything that you're passionate about and you work towards. I don't really care about the occupancy job.
Yeah.
My biggest thing will forever just be passionate about something and working towards that thing, because it's like that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Just having that passion. I think like if you truly like someone, like the basis of like being in a relationship should be like the individual, not so much like what the individual does.
Yeah,
that's almost like secondary. But whenever you get into what the individual does, I think having that passion means something.
Yeah.
And you almost don't even need to be like passionate. Just have to be like a productive member of society.
No,
like,
facts.
You know, what value do you add?
Yeah,
right?
value for
so,
sure.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like focusing on what that individual is to you, not so much of where they may be perceived by society.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like just because this person, let's continue use the bus driver example. Just because they're a bus driver doesn't mean that, you know, they're useless to you. Like, I mean, like bus driver, number one, like bus drivers are fucking pivotal to society.
Anyways. No, 100%.
But number two, like maybe in the construct of culture, they're not viewed of as like a, what's that term? A high value individual, right? Whatever the fuck that means. But it's like to you, I mean, that's not a fucking bus driver. That's my fucking world.
Yeah,
like, you know, we watch movies together, we do all these kind of things, we link, we have like deep conversations about life.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where the focus should be versus like what could this person financially do for me or help boost my personal status like in society. You know what I mean?
Like, is this person like a trophy?
Yeah, is this person a trophy? Like, are you looking at the person as like the individual, or are you looking at the person as like a commodity, as what they can add to like who you are viewed as like in society? You know
that's like, I mean, I think especially nowadays, especially younger people, right? Like, for me, when I'm talking about the passion and shit, it's like if someone wanted to be an actress, an actor, someone wanted to be, you know, a social media influencer, whatever the case may be, and they're a waitress, right? If you're like, I'm not gonna date a waitress, like,
yeah,
you know, but like really like that's not even their main thing. Like that's not obviously no one wants to be a bus. I mean, you know, granted, I don't know the situation of like what the conversation was with the initial thing, but no one wants to be a waitress forever. Like that, I don't think that's that person's goal. So it's like you're like, you know, I'm too good to be with the waitress. Like you just it's not even you could be missing out on whoever that person is, and then just kind of growing together. I'm a big fan of growing together and just helping each other out. Like I feel like that's what like a real solid relationship is like pushing each other and you know wanting better for this person. Like if you're in a position where you know you really do enjoy this person and they just so happen to be a waitress and like she's you know doing whatever or you're in the role that you're like the higher person I guess or like you know you have your successful company or whatever you can kind of help this person and I feel like that's a dope story.
Yeah. Even going back to the conversation of like ass and boobs guy, the reason why I hate that question so much is because I almost don't care. Like I don't want to sound like that super corny guy where like it doesn't matter, but like if I'm fucking with that person's personality, like they're gonna become beautiful regardless. Like so like to say like, oh like are you like do you care more about ass, do you care more about titties? It's like I mean it's kind of like irrelevant if that makes sense. Like I mean, obviously,
it's you have to be relevant, but
like, you have to be attracted to them in general. But it's not like you're going to make like the basis of whether you fuck with them or not, based off how they physically look. You know,
you know, it's so funny. Like me, like like you know, I don't even say this just to say it, but like I don't really be looking at girls and shit like that. But like, I think it's like I remember when I was like in high school, like. Booty pics and shit like that. Like that was like just a booty pic used to be like a nude pretty much. Right? Like that was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? But now if you scroll on IG, it's like every post is like a booty pic.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's just like shit. It is what it is. Like, I mean, if that's your vibe, like, and that works for you, if that's what you want to post, like, I'm not gonna be like, you know, that devalues you as a person.
Because it's gotten
it's
not
wild, though.
Not worse. It's definitely got a lot more risque. Like okay, so it's back like whenever like it's like early on in the fitness industry, it would be like the typical like ass poking picture, right? Like where you like kind of pop the cheek a little bit to make it look bigger than it is. Now
it's just straight ass.
Now it's like I'm talking like the bent over. Like I dropped my purse, let me bend over type shit. Like my basically, if they were naked, like their asshole would be like showing.
There's
so
you scroll on IG and if you open IG in public, sometimes it's like, damn, bro, like, you look kind of horny.
Bro, like not kind of, it's like it's some horny ass shit. Like
there's some shit on
it's
IG.
Crazy. Yeah, it's gotten to a point now where I'm like, God damn, like too much ain't enough. Like too much isn't enough nowadays. It's like, bro, like show whatever you want to show.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely way more common now. So I feel like that's it. Kind of like. Not that that's probably part of the reason that you don't even care about it, but it's so, you know, when you become so like desensitized, right? Like if you just open IG, you're seeing ass. Like it's just
you can't run from it.
Yeah, you can't. Even if you don't follow these people, like
it's gonna show up.
It's gonna show, especially in the fitness, you know, space.
Oh, for sure.
So me personally, like I don't really care about it. Like I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like I definitely have unfollowed people just because I'm like, bro,
it's too much.
Yeah, I don't need to be seeing that shit, or I'll mute a few people. But like, I don't have an opinion on it. Like for you know whoever's posting that type of stuff, if it works for you, then you know if that's your vibe, by all means you can get it off. But like, yeah, I think that's definitely part of the reason that you're probably like, man, I don't even care to have this conversation because it's like so like. It's just like, bro, you see that shit you see this shit everywhere. Like, let's talk about some real shit.
Yeah, it's kind of played out to an extent where it's just like, I mean, there's ass everywhere. Like, if you want ass, you can get ass. Like,
it's like ass and titty conversation is pretty crazy. Like, like what? Like,
like honestly, if you're a guy, I feel like if you're a guy, I thought that it's just like a ghost like ran across my desk. Crazy. What the fuck? If you're a guy and you're like having legit conversations about asses and titties, like you are horny. Like you are fucking bricked up. Man.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? I think I definitely know when I was younger that girls thought that like guys would just talk about that or like or that guys just talk about girls a lot, but like really that conversation is like not as like prominent as like I would think girls think. Like,
yeah, no, guys don't be talking about that
never
shit.
talk
Hell
about
no.
girls like even prior, like rarely would ever talk about girls like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Like on some horny shit. Like that's some horny shit. Like that's just not even the vibe. Like that.
Like I think girls think that guys just sit around all day. I don't know what girls be thinking that dudes be sitting around doing all day. But it's definitely not on some shit where it's just like we're just fucking talking about girls. Like they might come up here and there. It's like, yo, so-and-so's looking good or whatever. But I mean, it's never like we literally link up and only talk about like ass and titties
hell
and
no.
like, all that type of shit.
Nah, for sure not.
Yeah.
For sure not.
But even going back to the conversation of like, it's gotten a lot more risque, right, with the women.
Yeah.
I feel like society, like even the fitness industry, but society in general, bro, there's been so many different changes, right? So like when you look at the fitness industry, it's not even just the fitness industry. I'm going to use that as a proxy just because a lot of people are listening that are kind of in there or like watching for that. But like so much has changed. Like from the early years, and I talked about this in the first podcast, fitness has become like a thing that people do to get popular.
Yeah.
Versus like it
Doing
being
it
a
for the
thing that they
wellness of
love.
your body,
For the wellness of your body or whatever. Like what are some of the biggest changes you've noticed like in the fitness industry?
You know, it's funny because like you said this. I don't know if it was the first episode or the second episode, but you were talking about like people just aren't as hungry. And I think for me, because I watched the fitness industry, like I was a fan of the fitness industry and watched it. And then now I definitely have, you know, say on the athletes that we signed, but not as much. But prior, I definitely had like that was my main role. At some point, I was like the
athlete manager.
Yeah, athlete manager. So I was signing athletes, and just from that era to where it is now, I can definitely see like it's just so overpopulated.
Yeah.
I think fitness, like you were saying, like people are doing it to get like famous, whatever. So it's like it's just like overpopulated. A lot of people do the same shit. A lot of people like are really just recreating the same content in general. Like I think fitness content is hard, right? Because it's like you can only do so many things. Like you can only show maybe like 20 different back days, and then you know, like then what are you showing?
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of people kind of just do the same shit. But I think the biggest change is definitely that hunger that you're talking about, or just the passion of just fitness. Like it's just not even, you know, I'm not gonna say I was, you know, I'm passionate about fitness, but I definitely I'm passionate about being passionate. Like I like just seeing the passion from someone. It's like the 10th time I said passion. But just seeing that, right, you can tell when someone's really, you know, really cares about what they're talking about and really cares about what they're promoting, what they're doing. Like if you think about when you started BPN, since you were just shooting with them yesterday, like you probably could have signed with any other supplement company at the time, and promoted anything and probably got a bag or whatever. But like then, and even still now, from the supplements that I've taken from BPN, like their shit is fire. Like their shit is like, you know, they're one of the first people that I saw. So
but I feel like a lot of a lot of people back then, like, or just like a lot of people now, like they want to get put on by like these super big companies, like because that's like a representation of like maybe it's just the way I think though, but like now like the cool thing is I'm gonna sign with the biggest brands, and like that's how I'm gonna show that I'm on. For me, like whenever whenever I signed with BPN, bro, they didn't have shit.
No,
like,
they didn't.
They didn't have anything, and I was looking at it as more of like a potential business relationship that I could parlay in the future, because I'm like almost like I could be like the big fish in a small pond. Yeah, that makes sense. Like if I sign with them and we build together, like I'll be a cornerstone of their company.
Yeah,
that
100%.
Makes sense. Yeah. And it was more so betting on the individual versus like just trying to sign for some quick money or some quick clout. But like honestly, what I've noticed kind of changing now is just like how everyone's so fucking young, man.
Oh
like, I think TikTok, which is something that you guys were able to capitalize on pretty early, it changed like basically the world, but definitely for sure the fitness industry, because I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but it's just like an observation that I made. A lot of the TikTokers that are popping now and like that are very, very successful, those are the people that like for whatever reason, they just could not find success on YouTube or Instagram.
Yeah.
Right. So TikTok kind of became that medium where they're able to kind of come onto the scene. And the thing about TikTok, like the very nature of TikTok is almost like that Vine culture where you're just trying to be shocking, like within the first like 2 to 3 seconds. Like that's literally how it works. Because you're constantly scrolling through videos. So how are you going to make yourself stand out?
Yeah.
And I think with that, it attracts a whole different demographic.
It definitely attracts. I don't want to speak on behalf of people, and this is only me speaking from what I personally observe.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I was saying, like the people who, I mean, it kind of all ties together, but like the people who are popping in the fitness industry now, or are, you know, a lot of the, even the smaller people that are getting into the fitness industry, the knowledge of actual, you know, fitness or supplements or working out or health and wellness is not nearly as much as the people who were doing it prior to them.
Yeah, you can say that safely for sure.
Yeah,
that's 100%.
Yeah,
like these,
I don't think that these people really.
No.
Yeah,
hell no. You can say that with confidence, bro. These new people coming in, well, it's not even like a mean thing. They're just super fucking young because these kids are like getting put on at like 16, 17. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's some people that know exactly what they're talking about.
For sure.
But there's there's like babies like trying to like teach. It's like babies leading babies, like children leading children. Like no one really knows what they're doing, and there's a lot of bad advice. Like for example, like I'm on TikTok now. I'm trying to use it to my benefit. I'll explain simple shit, and like people are acting like I'm dropping knowledge bombs, and I'm like, damn, like
this is like yeah.
It's almost like you have to reteach a whole new generation.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I feel like after, like, so I'll put you and Charlie in the same generation of fitness influencers. Like after you guys, like the drop off in age is like tremendous, right? Yeah. Like it's like you guys are kind of like, you know, established and shit, and I think y'all have both transcended like influencer, right? Like y'all are both still influencers, but like your main focus is in like influencing.
Yeah.
And I feel like the next age under you guys is so far in difference, and like they just don't really know what's really like, what the fuck are they even doing?
Yeah.
Or what are they even promoting, or like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like now that the fitness industry is a lot bigger, the amount of money in it is a lot bigger too. So like people, like you're saying, are signing for just bags and then promoting whatever they need to promote to get a bigger bag. But it's especially just like in this fitness industry, it's not really fitness, you know, backed.
Yeah, it's not. But it's crazy because like a lot of the OGs, like they hate what sucks though is I've seen a lot of OGs die off.
Oh yeah.
That's like my worst.
Yeah, you got to be able to adapt.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like one of my worst fears, it's not like a worst fear, but like I'm at the end of the day, I'm still a content creator and I still do view myself as an influencer, right? So it's like I have to keep up with the trends in a sense to where it's like I need to figure out different ways to like, because it's marketing at the end of the day.
Yeah, facts.
Like appeal to the new generation, right?
Yeah.
As much as I hated TikTok when it first came out, I fucking despised it.
Yeah.
I hated TikTok.
TikTok's the in my opinion, the greatest social media app of all time. And I was thinking about it on the way up here. I was like, because I was on Twitter pretty early, and specifically because you mentioned it twice. I was on Twitter pretty early, like in 2012. You know, well, actually, let's not sidetrack there yet, because this is kind of like a longer conversation. But TikTok is the greatest app of all time, social media app.
What makes you say that?
It's the most entertaining. Like to me, it's the most entertaining app.
Okay.
Unless you consider YouTube that, right? Unless you consider YouTube like a social media app, which it kind of is like
that's an
platform.
interesting take, bro.
TikTok is just the most entertaining app. Like TikTok shits on IG as far as entertainment, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah.
Twitter, the thing with Twitter, and I think kind of like we were talking about before the podcast started, like video is like, I think it's just the best thing. Is it like being able to see something like this podcast in general? Like I would just much rather watch this than listen to it. Twitter doesn't have that aspect. Like the video, like video on Twitter is just like not really like the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's not known for like
video
or anything like that.
And I think just being able to share something like this and have you watch it, I think TikTok's just the best. Yeah, it's just the best. Like
Yeah.
just everything about it, the format of it, the way that you swipe.
I feel like if TikTok, like if it manages to have that staying power, then I would give it like greatest. It's just tough because I'm thinking about MySpace days. I'm thinking about
Facebook might be the
Facebook.
Facebook might be the go.
Man, but I don't know. Facebook is like for old niggas. Like,
Now it is, but like if you think about Facebook, what it did, Facebook was okay.
Yeah, like do y'all use
I'd say
Facebook? Family,
Yeah.
family. I feel like Facebook is for like old heads. Like,
I don't utilize it at all right now,
Yeah.
ever. But when it started,
I'm
like
not
what
gonna
is
lie.
that? 2009. Facebook's greatest.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna start looking at like utilizing Facebook for real.
You know, I've actually seen people who do it. Yeah,
Yeah, they pay more.
Yeah,
but just like
I've seen that.
not even that. It's just like there's a big ass audience that we're just fucking missing
There's
out
a
on.
massive audience that you probably miss on Facebook.
I might have to talk to Brad.
If you think about it, right? Like if you like that from an ad perspective, whereas like the majority of you're running Facebook ads, you're running I guess it's meta, but you're running Facebook ads. Like there's definitely money on Facebook.
But like you know that comedian Country Wayne, like
I would have to see him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's like people that run full fucking businesses
On
just
Facebook?
through Facebook.
Yeah, I can
like
see that.
It's actually insane.
I can 100% see that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get on there just to like. It's almost like TikTok. You want to invest in every single
Yeah,
social media just because it's a form of currency.
100%.
You know what I mean?
It's
So,
like 100%.
Yeah,
If
so
one
if you-
platform's down, then
if you could push a little bit on Facebook or just push on all platforms and have a platform on every platform, there's power with that. You know what I mean? So I think Facebook is interesting. I think saying TikTok is the greatest platform is interesting. I will say it's the most entertaining for sure.
Like
Whenever I'm on TikTok, TikTok is so vast. Like how you utilize TikTok is completely up to the individual, right? So it's like you can use it for information, you could use it for entertainment, you could find like I guess like women on there if you're into that. You could use it to learn more about like making money or like any of that kind of stuff, building businesses, like being more creative. Like there's literally a TikTok for everything.
It has the greatest. I keep saying greatest, and I just want to say Facebook might be the greatest when I really think about it. To me, the best algorithm I've ever experienced.
Oh no. Oh, it's
kind of
scary.
weird. It's almost scary.
Yeah.
But the algorithm is so strong, and like you said, it's so vast. Like it's the one platform. Like if you really truly think about it, you would never use, or I never use Instagram how I would use Google, but I use TikTok the way that I use Google.
Bro, it is scary. So
You said this when we were talking about brunch. Yeah.
So like whenever we go out to dinners or brunch or whatever, or anything like that, I literally just look up on TikTok like brunch in Houston or brunch like this or black owned brunch here or like whatever. And like literally just like the best like content will pull up. It's like, oh, this is my experience at this place. And literally video representation
100%.
of everything. And then people will go into depth, like giving you a description versus like just going on Google reviews and like kind of like trying to get the vibe of the restaurant without like really getting the vibe of the restaurant.
No, facts. And then like the people who write Google reviews are probably typically older, so like
little shitheads too. Like
people
that complain about a lot of different shit.
The only like I was telling someone this the other day, 9 times out of 10, the people who leave Google reviews are leaving a review to tell you that it was a negative experience.
It was a negative experience for sure.
So like it's kind of always going to go that way. I think TikTok is definitely like it's a search engine for sure. It's a search engine. I definitely like I don't know if you see it probably now when you watch a TikTok and like it'll be talking about something and then it's that little bar that's like, it kind of tells you what it's about. You can click it and then it's a great app.
It'll also like do like on the search bar, it'll show you like more info. Like it'll literally put, so if you click on the search bar, it'll literally like highlight what that video is about and then like give you more like videos about that particular video, which is fucking crazy.
To me, what's next for them is like long form. I know that they're pushing but long form horizontal, not long form vertical.
Oh, okay.
Because like
that'd be interesting.
long form content typically has always been horizontal, like YouTube, movie, TV. That's horizontal frame. So I think that's the only issue that I have personally with long form content and a vertical thing. Like it's just something in my mind, and I'm pretty sure for most viewers it might be this way too. But like vertical is like how my mind interprets short form.
Yeah.
Less than a minute, swipe. Less than a minute swipe. When I have to tilt my phone horizontally, that's what I expect short form to be like. If TikTok can somehow maybe create a on the bottom of their little browser or whatever, a thing for longer form, or somehow the way that YouTube has just took over long form content, like that would probably be the next step for them.
Yeah. What's crazy too is like, I feel like, so I'm looking at my notes. You know, it's so funny, man. Just completely branching off. Are you ever scared that like Lex is gonna end up on like, how do I frame this? Are you scared Lex is gonna end up on like athletes' algorithms, like athletes and celebrities' algorithms?
Nah. Like if an athlete DM'd her, like I'd be like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
like, that's funny.
The reason why I bring up that conversation,
I mean, she's prior to dating me, she's been DM'd by athletes, and like, I mean,
bro, for the people that are listening, because this is like a funny ass conversation. I think we talked about it very briefly, but like, bro, the type of like, okay, let's just speak like niggas, man. All right, so like, the type of girls that, well, you're in a relationship, the type of girls that like we have access to, like in our particular fitness space or whatever, bro, these girls are getting hit up by like top, like fucking famous ass people, like athletes. Like, I'm talking about like, I've seen some shit, man. Like,
yeah, we were talking about this,
bro. I've seen some fucking shit. Yeah, we were talking about, bro. So it's just so crazy, like, because we look at them as like almost unattainable in a sense. It's like we have the game on right now. Like I know some of these niggas have DM'd.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm literally looking at them. I'm like, I know this nigga has DM'd so and so. You know what I mean? And it's just like we've gotten to a point now, which is so weird. I feel like back in the day, like these athletes and like celebrities, they would be messing with girls that we would be looking at. We're like, damn, like
now it's
we could never get that. But like now it's like, bro, that girl's like walking around at LA Fitness or fucking like in Alphaland or some shit like that, right? And it's just gotten so fucking weird to a point where like, shit, man, the dating pool is now all mixed together.
Yeah, it is.
I think one of the cool things for these athletes to do, these athletes and celebrities, is to find like sleepers.
They'd be like, man, she got less than 10.
Yeah, she got less than 10. Like, yo, like she's ducked off out in like the fucking, like in the fucking boonies in Katy, Texas.
Nah,
like,
facts.
So like it's just gotten so weird to a point now. Like now we're damn near competing with like,
with LeBron.
Like
like
bro, like I can't fucking you know what I'm saying? Like you're hitting these girls up, and these girls are getting hit up by, but not even just athletes. Like I'm talking about like actors, fucking rappers.
Yeah,
bro,
the rappers would hurt me. Like if Drake was to DM Lex, I'd be a little hurt. I'm gonna be like,
that's not good.
That would hurt.
But like seriously, when you're talking to like these girls that they don't even have to have a following like that. Like they really be hitting up the sleepers that got like a little 10K bag. You know,
probably like 7K.
Yeah, 7K. That's like perfect. I mean, they rap about it. It's like, oh, like I hit her up. She's not popping on IG yet, so it's all good type shit. And I feel like it's like now when you're talking to a girl, you have to equate, like if she's very good looking, chances are,
don't be naive.
Yeah, don't be naive. Like chances are she's been reached out to by an athlete or a celebrity. But what works in our favor is the fact that they're athletes and celebrities. Like girls do not want to be like another notch on their belt. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. I was listening to Views on the way up here. Like the 2 Chainz, like, if your girl has gone to any season opener, like, you know, if you really think about that, bro. Okay. Imagine you see your girl or just a girl that you know. And if she was there.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Not the season opener.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything too crazy. I'm so sorry. If you are interested in a girl, you know, she's single and you see her at a basketball game, respectfully, you might need to look at that bench.
Yeah. If she's not courtside, but she's close enough to where you're okay.
Nah. If she's like mid tier, oh man. An athlete probably flew her out type shit.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, why are you at the basketball game? I just wanted to go watch the game. Like, come on, man. Like,
you don't even know.
You don't even know what team is playing right now.
Nah.
Like, come on, man.
That's brutal. If your girl's at a game like that, or but
not even a girl, just something maybe you're talking to.
Yeah, a girl you're talking to, not your girl. If your girl's there, that shouldn't be your girl. Yeah. But if it's a girl you're talking to,
how's it? It's like, it's like breaking news, my nigga. Breaking news.
Your girl has gone to any season opener. She's fucking somebody on the team.
Oh my!
She's fucking somebody on the basketball team. Nah, that clip's so funny, but it's facts.
It's true.
Yeah, I would be to this right now. Like if Lex was like, I just got hit up by fucking Ja Morant or something, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna like, what am I gonna do? Hate Ja Morant or be like,
I remember when we went to go get labels. I was talking to a girl and we were talking. I mean, we weren't like talking, but she's like, "Oh, like, can I tell you something? I just want to be honest with you." I'm like, "Yeah, like, let me know." And she's like, "Oh, like, I slept with so and so. Like, it's a celebrity. Like, he's pretty popping right now, like for other reasons." But she's like, "Oh, like, I slept with so and so." And I'm like, it just immediately turned me off. I was like, I don't even want to I don't even want to mess with a girl that would be interested in.
Is there him in specific? Yeah. But is there any athlete or any rapper that you'd be okay with?
That they mess with?
Yeah. Like if you were talking to a girl, she's like, I fuck Lil Dicky, like, okay. Like, I mean,
nah, you know what?
I actually like Lil Dicky.
Okay, that's another
great actor.
This is another conversation because I personally don't want to be with a girl that's into that type of shit because you'd have to break down the situation for me to understand what happened because I respect a girl that'd be like, look, so-and-so hit me. I was not gonna lie, I just wanted to see who was good. You know what I'm saying? I've never been with a celebrity. It's almost like an experience type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like it would have to be a very specific situation where it made me understand.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to be with like someone that has like hit a couple celebrities. Like that.
Oh yeah,
that's not.
I mean, if someone had a legit relationship with someone, then obviously that's normal.
Yeah.
Like if you were just dating someone, then I'm
like if you're
dating, I can't be like, oh
yeah. Like if you're seeing someone and like y'all are like kind of serious, then cool. But like if it was on some shit like yo, this nigga
I was a fly out.
Yeah, I was a fly or like he was in the city type shit and he was like just
that's brutal
scouting and he just so happened to come on your shit and it's kind of tough.
That sucks
because you almost look like. It almost could be viewed as like.
No, I mean, your girl was a fucking fly out.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
That sucks. Did you see Drake and Yachty's interview when Drake was talking about how when he's mentioned girls and like it affected their relationship, like
that's
relationship.
It's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah. Imagine if your girl was just mentioned by some rapper or something.
Yeah, it brings your ego into it.
Yeah, it does for sure.
Because you're just like, I don't want to keep like
I can never listen to Drake again.
Yeah, it kind of fucks up the whole thing. Like, even some of these athletes, bro, it kind of messes up like the mystique of watching them. I'm like, nigga, like I know
you're
when
just a normal.
Yeah, I know when you're facts. You be hitting like
Facts.
You be trying to hit my girl on some shit. Like what the fuck? Like it don't hit the same no more.
It doesn't. Like,
I can't even root for this team the same way anymore.
Facts. Like you don't even look at them the same way.
Yeah.
Like you got a Nike deal, really?
Yeah.
Call up fucking Nike and tell them how you're acting.
Yeah. How many minutes are we in? It's like almost an hour.
Nice.
This is bad, bro. I feel like whenever I have guests, it could easily be like a 2 hour.
A 2 hour
because we haven't even hit. I mean, we're gonna talk longer, but we haven't even hit like the other shit that I want to talk about. Yeah. We just been kind of riffing and vibing.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, but
you know what's funny? Side note, I do you remember the amount of times I've texted you of like jokingly but seriously like, man, I feel like me and Russ would have a good pod. Yeah, we would. Yeah. I just feel like because we both like to talk, we both like to riff and shit. And we just understand like the culture of podcasting and all that. Yeah, whenever we're trying to run the GM podcast, man, it was just so tough because like that many people like trying to run a podcast, it's fucking tough, man. 5 different people. You already know how Alex is. Yeah. Charlie has his personality. I have my personality. And it was just hard to make that shit run. Yeah, that was a very interesting. I've never seen a pod of that many people. Yeah. And then we would like break up, make up, break up, make up. And it's funny because like we were all friends. Like we would fight about the podcast and then be like, yo, let's kick it. Yeah. Like, oh man. But podcasting has always been something that I've wanted to do like on a like either by myself or just have something to call my own. Once the GM podcast ended, I was like, fuck, man. Like at some point I want to come back and like try to run my own shit. Yeah. And then whenever I saw you guys doing Anaka Radio, I was like, bro, that's how I'd like to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to get back on that. What's holding it up? I mean, it's more so just like scheduling because Charlie's pretty busy. Like I have hella meetings, but like he also will have like it's just the days that he has meetings. Sometimes like we can't schedule. Like, I would say like what I have with Izzy is just like, bro, like we have the same time every single. It's like it's
It's just scheduled at this point. So it's like, yo, 5:30 Wednesday, around that time, just be available. So I just kind of like manipulate my schedule to kind of like match
to
that.
work that. Yeah. No, facts.
Like even this is like a hard turn, super hard turn. But I really wanted to get your take on this, right? So did you see like what happened with the shooting in Dallas?
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I typically don't. I stay in touch with the news, but when it comes to shit like that, I kind of just like
tune it
out. I don't really like to like watch videos like that or because I saw there was a video.
I
didn't watch the video, but I mean, like it's kind of like you know what the vibe is.
Yeah, and it's getting scary because like I've tweeted this tweet like 3 different times. I'm like, I do not feel comfortable being in highly populated areas anymore. Because I feel like anything could pop off, right? What's scary about introducing that conversation to me is the feedback that I get from said conversation, which is like, just carry a strap and everything will be okay. Yeah. I'm like, bro, I am not trying to live in fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Number one, like going back to the shooting, like RIP to all the people that lost their lives and all that. But like the bigger conversation to me is like when I normally don't even have conversations like this because like I just feel like America's not going to do anything in regards to that. But it's like, at what point do we decide like, yo, okay, we have like a mass shooting problem. Like, what are we going to do to address this? Like, what precautions are we going to take? And like I said, what scares me is that people want to answer gun violence with like more guns. Which isn't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's kind of like fighting fire with fire.
Yeah, it's not really I don't think that's the proper. You know, I don't think that's the proper response. Like there has to be some type of like if the whole world had a gun problem, that's one thing.
It's
right?
just the US.
But it's literally just the US. Like you don't really get mass shootings in any other country like that. And I've been blessed enough to kind of travel the world a little bit more. I feel safe in those countries. Like, like when I was in Japan recently and Korea, bro, I had no fear for anything. Like I felt like I was protected when I saw police officers. Like I just felt like they were there for service, not so much like getting anxiety, like, oh shit, like I'm about to get a ticket for some shit or nothing, like I feel like the culture here in America is like just so different when it comes to that. But
you know what's funny is like I was watching the clip that you said drama sells, right? Like, and if you think of the biggest, drama sells, and the point that you were making was like the sides of, it's like basketball, right? Like LeBron versus Steph, LeBron versus whatever, all basically all this person versus this person. You see it in wrestling, Brady versus Manning. You see it all the time. If you really think of the way that politics are, right? There's only 2 ways that you can really vote.
Yeah.
And it's Republican or Democrat, right? And I'm not trying to get too into politics, but if you think of you saying drama sells, like I'm not saying, sports, you have to sell some type of, you have to sell something, right? Like you have to get some storyline. These type of situations basically lead to, the conversation is basically my side versus, this side versus this side. And it's the same kind of thing that you were saying, like drama does sell. So it's like, in just a weird way, I see that maybe that the resolution just isn't going, not that I'm not a theorist or anything, but like the resolution might not be on the forefront of answering yet because now it's selling.
It's almost like a
side is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's almost like a tool to use to be like, oh,
definitely a weaponization tool.
Yeah, so like now let's put us in power because we're gonna quote unquote save this problem, which is 100%. Probably never gonna be saved. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like,
so it's just gotten to a point now where like it scares me, just like where like humanity is, because it's like everyone's idea of like what the problem should be. Because I tweeted basically my tweet was like, like I said, like I don't feel like we're safe in this country or whatever, or I don't feel protected or safe or anything like that in public. And someone's like, "Well, be a real man and get a gun, so like you can handle situations when they pop off." I'm like, first of all, like, bro, if you're chilling in the mall and you're walking and someone just starts going, yeah, like I'm not fucking John Wick. I'm not finna react in like in half a second and like take care of the problem. Like chances are, if you get caught off guard, you get caught off guard. Like you're not like a super soldier or some shit like that. This isn't like a Marvel movie, you know? So it's just unfortunate. Like we've gone to a point in society where people like want to go out there like it's a fucking war zone.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna carry a strap with me so I can protect myself. Yeah, which is I see the point. Don't get me wrong. But that shouldn't be the solution to the answer. I
agree.
Like that's it's like putting a Band-Aid on a
on an open wound. Or a big wound. Or
something. Like that's it's just not going to heal it. You know. Someone said something perfectly. It's like I shouldn't have to fight for my right to live.
Yeah, like, it's pretty wild. Yeah. Like what's crazy. I was having this conversation the other day with Nigel, and it stemmed from them like, yo, what would you? We were in the mall. We were at the Galleria. I had to pick up something.
Also, Galleria is like
so
not even like that safe anymore.
So they were with me, and they're like, yo, like do you have your gun on you? And I was like, nah. And so they were like, why not? You know, what if someone presses you? You know, just asking me questions. And my answer to that was like, bro, honestly, the way I view it is like, I just don't want to attract that type of energy.
I say the same shit, bro. Like
I just don't want to, like, I don't want to, like, I personally feel like if I had it on me, not that this is a fact, but like, I don't even want to attract that. Like, I don't even want to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
literally, like, I don't fuck with guns off of the strength of that concept. Like, I don't want to have a strap on me or a gun on me because I don't want to invite that type of energy. For whatever reason, I just feel like when you play with the universe like that, like keep that strap on you, you're gonna almost be
someone's gonna press you.
Yeah, you're almost gonna find a reason to use it.
You're gonna have to. Why would you have it on you?
So it's like I don't have a gun on me, and for that reason, I don't even put myself in any situation where I need a fucking gun.
Bro, I was telling them the same thing because I was like, man, they're like, but what if someone presses you? I'm like, dog, if someone presses you, I'm gonna be like, who are you pressing? Like, why are you pressing me? Like, come on,
it's BBA, bro.
Like, what do you really get off by pressing me? Like, you hard? Like, come on, dude. Come on, you're pressing me. Like, I don't even want to attract that type of energy, but I do see, you know, it's in some situations, like, definitely, I would say, I feel like owning a weapon in some regard is just necessary.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have a home,
we live in Texas.
Yeah, like I feel like owning some type of weapon, more specifically a gun, I would say is necessary. But I don't feel like that would be the answer to solving, you know, the gun problem. But it's almost like what could really be the answer to it is like gun laws and shit. It's just it's like almost like, what law could you really set? Like, how strict would it have to get for you to really solve the issue? Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's like one of those things where I'm like, I see both sides, right? And I don't really have a formulated opinion on it just because I'm like, I see both sides enough to where I'm like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what's
I'm not even, right thing. I didn't even pose the question to find the answer. It was just more so like the mentality of like how people's brains are kind of like geared to now. It's like, I'm not really concerned about fixing the problem. I'm just like, yo, if this is the problem, then I'm gonna carry a strap on me.
Nah, facts.
That's just kind of how it works now.
Do you follow Hayden, right? Did you see his story he posted?
Shout out to Hayden. I don't know if he ever. Hayden is funny as
I love Hayden.
Fuck. He's mastered like being himself on social
he has. He don't give a fuck.
Shout out to Hayden Snyder and Katie Snyder.
Did you see the story he posted, which was like politics in like, I don't know, it was like 2000 something, and it was like, you know, being in the middle, you know, you're in the middle, there's like the left, there's the right, and then super left, like it kept going more left, and then it went a little bit right. But if you're in the middle now, it's like you're on the right. I think part of like that response is like, there's so much extreme now. Like, I feel like everything's extreme. It's like,
everything's extreme.
Everything's extreme. It's like, this is the best, this is the worst.
Yep.
This is what I like. I hate that. Like, there's never like a
middle ground.
There's never like a understanding. Like, if you had a point and I had a point, I wouldn't even try to see your point. I'm just like, no, you're wrong. Like, I'm right, you're wrong. This is why you're wrong. And, you know, if you think like that, you're a bad person or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's so extreme, and like, it's just kind of like, it just like when you're talking about what have you seen change in society, I've seen that so much. It's like just music's either fire or it's trash.
Yeah, it's trash. There's no like, it's all right.
Yeah. Movies are either 10 out of 10 Golden Globe
or ass.
Yeah, don't watch it.
That's so true.
And I mean, sometimes, you know, like it's kind of like you said, like you have to capture someone's attention. You have to be, you know, entertaining in a sense. So like you have to be polarizing.
Yeah, polarizing.
Everything has to be like, you have to do something bigger than you did the last time.
Yeah.
Your opinion has to be loud, and you have to be heard, and you have to like, to be heard in a room full of noise, you got to say the loudest shit.
The most loudest, like craziest shit.
Like, oh, bro, that show's fucking trash. When everyone likes it, it's like, okay.
You gotta like show your asshole on TikTok.
Yeah, like you have to do wild shit nowadays, and everything's extreme, and everything's like just so like black and white. You know what I mean? And like the girl saying like I don't want to date a bus driver.
Yeah.
Personal opinion. If you think about it, personal opinion. Right, fuck it. Don't date a bus driver. Like, it's really not that serious in my opinion. It's like whatever. But then you read the comments, it's like crazy. Like everyone's just writing think pieces and shit, and just like, bro. One of my
favorite things to do now is like whenever Izzy posts like the podcast clips,
start reading the comments.
I try not to now because I actually get kind of mad. I'm not gonna lie, because like people have I'm a very opinionated person for sure. But like when I get presented with new information, I'm definitely easy. Like I'll pivot off of it.
Yeah.
But like when I read these comments, like everyone's world view is so skewed, right? Because it's almost that the concept, like you just said, you have people that are like hard left, and you have people that are hard right. To me, you're cringe either way. Yeah. Like if you're hard left, you're cringe. If you're hard right, you're cringe.
Yeah.
I like to think that there should be some common ground where you should be able to listen and like hear other sides out and like understand points of view. But if you're so geared toward one side and you're so dedicated to not hearing anything out, that's where it gets to a point where it's like, okay, like you're someone, I don't even know if you're looking for a solution. Like you're almost trying to be like in a sense of you can't find that common ground, and then you just get blinded by like your own, I guess, like ego of like not wanting to be wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's not about being right or wrong. It's just finding a way to make life, I guess, like better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Like people don't really, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially people in power, they don't really look for the resolution.
Yeah.
They just look to be right in the situation.
Yeah.
And I think that just plagues a lot of people's mindset, because in that trickles down to just like normal society, and then you see it, and it's just like everyone's on some left or right shit. Everyone's on some like right or wrong shit. It's always hella extreme. It's like you step out once. I think one of the biggest things like that has changed, I think, with society, back to like the point that we talked about earlier, also is like cancel like culture.
Yeah.
It's so extreme. Like I think nowadays it's like people can make mistakes.
So that was a great point too. Did you see do I want to get into this? Sure. No. Without saying names, you know what I'm talking about, right? Old girl recently.
I really don't know.
Old girl, like,
oh
yeah. She's back.
Yeah. Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's back. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
didn't see that.
Yeah, peep. But I feel like, like without talking about that, she's like 24.
Yeah.
What is her life supposed to be canceled now? If she made a mistake, you know what I mean? 24.
Me personally, there's a few things I think that are pretty cancelable. like there's a few things I feel like, okay, the way I think about it is,
and I'm asking the question. I'm just asking the question, right?
If you've it's hard for me to say what I want to say without talking about.
I just feel like okay, you're 25, right?
Yeah,
I'm 28. Bro, there's gonna be a mistake. Like there's gonna be like heinous mistakes. That may happen. You never know how life is gonna sway. Right? We're gonna live, God willing, until we're almost 80. Like 80 to 100. Right? Should our lives be defined by the mistakes that we make in life? Like if it's a mistake and we're able to push past it and grow and learn from it, like who are we to say this person's story should end right here?
No,
like,
that's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like what is cancel?
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that point. I do agree with that point solid.
Yeah.
I do think though there's a few things that
there's definitely
just okay, like you did that and can't really be took as a mistake.
Yeah.
For that person in specific, I definitely think that they can, learn from that. You can definitely learn from a situation like that. I don't want to say that type of situation is cancelable forever. But yeah, but for me personally, I don't really check for that person anymore. Like,
I don't. Yeah, I just peeped. I just peeped some stuff. My thing is like, because it brought up an interesting conversation to me. It's just like, I mean, like, obviously, granted, there are some specific things that it's like, okay, like, shit, man, you're like a menace to society. Like that needs to be checked for sure. But I feel like there's certain things that people have canceled people over. That, bro, that's a learning experience. Like that's something that you grow. Like there's shit. There's shit that I've done in my life that I've regretted, and like I'm sure if it made it to the public, like I thought it'd be canceled, but it's just like, bro, I've learned. I'm not even that like I've learned from that situation. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that everyone has done. If it was made public and it was like put in the forefront, people will be calling for you to get canceled. No, it's just like, bro, like people are young, bro. Like the person that you were at 21, I promise you, like you're 20, you're still young. There's some shit that you were doing or like maybe thinking or just like ways of life that you're kind of living. Like you're not that person no more.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, you just as you've kind of like developed and like you had your life experiences, you've realized that like, okay, like I'm a different individual now. Like I'm thankful that I was able to grow from that experience. Now there's people that sometimes that's just who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's who they are and that's who they're going to be in life going forward. But I just think that there should be that ability to like make those mistakes and like grow from it. Yeah.
I think that's one of the things, kind of like with the extreme people that are so extreme, is like, I forgot who I saw said this, but like there's a human on the other side of the mistake. Like
for sure.
It's an actual person who, for better or for worse, made a mistake, and then like they have to learn, right? They're actual people. They're not just like celebrities or just influencers or, rappers. Like they're legit people who also live life and go through life the same way you do and have their own traumas and their own past. So it's like definitely humanizing people like a lot more.
Yeah.
Would help with that whole like cancel thing. I do think that it definitely had its era when cancel culture like definitely had a lot of strength. But I don't really see it happening like that anymore. Like I don't really see the
kind of died out.
Like I don't really see it like that. Like I don't really see people getting canceled and you're like, damn, they really got canceled. Like,
yeah.
That should be coming and going. They might have like 2 or 3 weeks where like people are off them and then
see like this dude. Am I about to cut you off? I can't even look at him the same no more. He's a horny guy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He's
a horny guy,
he's funny though.
He's funny. He's horny in a funny way.
Yeah,
he's funnily horny.
Like, he's like a meme.
Yeah,
almost like he's just a meme.
Yeah. Sorry guys, like, someone just came up on the TV funny. That like they can't see
they
can't see the TV, right? Someone just came up on the TV. I'm like, that gotta be sliding.
Yeah, that's just funny. Like if you
slide,
you just see him in someone's DMs, you're like, what the fuck are you doing DMing people? You're like,
yeah.
Damn.
Who's the biggest celebrity you've seen like in a girl's DM?
I don't even. Nah, I've never seen.
Never.
Like actually, like
or heard of like
just ball players.
Yeah. Well, actually,
no, like,
what the fuck am I doing? Why am I asking you to name someone?
Yeah, not tier.
I forgot.
Like,
I forgot we're on the podcast
tier.
right now.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Not like tier A.
He's definitely one of the bigger ones.
Oh yeah, that's probably
I've heard someone else too.
Yeah.
That's like
those are pretty much the biggest that you can get as far as like
pause.
Yeah, athletes. Yeah, pause that for sure.
Damn, bro, we're at 1:30. How long can we keep going? Oh, damn, we only have 30 minutes left in this bitch. Yeah. Oh shit. Damn. Okay. Damn, man. We could have gone like a whole
rapid fire.
Yeah, I was literally about to do rapid fire. We could have kept going too, which is insane.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. I just feel like, because for me, I could talk about myself for like an hour, like pretty easily, and like I still be forgetting topics and shit.
Yeah.
So then it's like when there's another person to talk to and riff off of, like it's even worse because it's like we could easily do like a 2 hour 30. Yeah.
Whenever you're bored and you just don't want to do a solo pod, I'm always down.
Say less. All right. So once again, guys, I'm trying to get more into like developing like different parts of the podcast where it becomes like a staple piece. I think like having you guys ask us questions, right, is one of the easier ones to do. So like on Instagram, I was on Instagram this time. Honestly, we should have did it on the Better Take podcast one, but I just threw up on my Instagram before we started. So let's go ahead and run through some of these. Last time, I think I did a pretty bad job of like saying the people's names, right? Like I said it maybe once or twice. So I'm gonna actually shout you guys out. This one's a funny one. Boogie.space asked, "Is sex harder when you're that big?" Like,
like to you?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Is it harder? No. I mean, what do you? I almost want to have a conversation with them. Like, is it harder? No. It's like I'm not. Y'all think I'm like Phil Heath or some shit. Like, bro, I can still wipe my ass and shit. Like,
that's yeah.
I'm not that big. Like, wouldn't it make it easier?
I mean, if someone does think you're the size of Phil Heath, like I could.
No, that's OD. But I'm saying like if you're strong and like you have muscles,
yeah, stronger for sure. It's easier.
Yeah,
muscular,
because
it's easier.
Okay, so for example, okay, let's really get into this. Like y'all skinny niggas, like y'all probably get winded whenever like. What, man? Fuck it.
There might be a certain type of woman that they can't.
You know what I'm saying? Or no, just even like a normal woman, like it might gas you out to pick her up. Yeah, like you might actually could like get tired.
Yeah, true.
Like for me, like not getting too into it, like it's
you be throwing around weights, so you're just used to it.
Yeah, like it's not.
He be deadlifting like 700 plus. Like
yeah, so it's like it doesn't feel like anything to me.
Yeah,
you know, for like a human being, but. So like for people that don't work out like that, like I'm sure you get gassed out. Maybe you don't have like the physical capacity to like
100 pounds to you is different.
Yeah, like 100 pounds to me, not too much, but you know, maybe 100 pounds to you, that's a lot.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
There's girls that have never like experienced that, like being picked up, like for real, and that's because they be fucking with skinny dudes.
Unfortunately,
yeah. So
unfortunately, they've never been picked up.
That was a good question. It was a little bit horny to ask like a man.
That was a very horny question.
It was a little bit insane to ask a man.
Very insane, actually.
Someone asked, Vibes by Bryce asked relationship advice. You gotta, don't send me no rough draft, bro. Need final copies only. I think he's asking the relationship advice, how to get over someone.
Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel like the only way dudes gym or like make more money. Like that's the only way.
Yeah. You got to glow up.
Yeah, you got to glow up.
Just for your own ego, you got to
you got to glow up. You got to hit that like you know how girls be on that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Girls be like, "Oh my god, you're glowing, queen."
Yeah.
You've been glowing so much lately.
Yeah. Like you got to hit that. You got to hit that.
You got to hit that. Like your boys should be like, "Yo,
I
never seen you happy."
Yeah.
Yo, you looking kind of bigger, bro.
I see you, bro.
Yeah, I see
facts.
You. I don't know. I feel like for dudes, it kind of sucks though. Like there's only so much you could do. Like,
I mean, there's only two things that you could do. Like you said, go to the gym or get more money.
Yeah, I feel like you need to. I would give dudes the same advice I'd give women. Like, find yourself again. Like, sounds so corny, but like, be able to like fuck with yourself again.
Yeah, like basically, be you. Like be not a new version, but like the version of you outside of a relationship.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like take yourself out to the movies.
Yeah.
Like buy yourself flowers. Literally do what girls do. I think there's nothing wrong. Like girls have it kind of figured out though. Like, cause girls will reinvest back in themselves. Like they'll go to coffee shops alone, you know, they'll buy themselves flowers and shit. Yeah. I think that, that's kind of cute. Yeah. That's nice.
I think guys can do whatever it is that like guys enjoy. I feel like more so just doing whatever you enjoy. Like if you like playing video games, play video games. Just do whatever you You might
be beating your shit a lot more often.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure more often.
It is what it is. You should practice not doing that.
Yeah.
You know who told me, he said he doesn't beat his shit.
Oh yeah.
Do you believe that?
You know what though? You know what's crazy?
Bro.
After that conversation, I thought about it. I really don't though.
You don't think
No, I'm saying I don't. Personally,
you don't?
I don't.
Well, you have a girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. And without one?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. No.
Yeah. I don't I just don't.
He does. He has to.
He said he doesn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand how. Like, that's a lie. If you're a guy listening to this, how many times do you beat your shit? Like in a day? Like if you're single? That's a real question.
What's the max that you did when you were single in a day? You personally. What's like your 1 day PR? You probably pushed 7, dude.
Nah, that's sick. Yo, fucking yourself 7 times in a day is fucking sick.
Yeah, that's it. When you refer to it as fucking yourself, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's what you're doing. I mean,
yeah.
I'd say
yeah, you're pushing 6 for sure.
Maybe not like an average. Like maybe there's like a nasty day, like when I was just like, not, I don't know. Maybe up there. But you know what's so crazy? Not to get too much on girls. You know, there's girls that do not masturbate.
The majority of women that I've met, like, don't.
That's not fair for guys. Because if you don't know how to get yourself off, how can a guy know how to get you off?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's a good point. You don't even know you. How do you expect me to know you?
Yeah. Sheesh. That's bars. That's bars.
That was deep.
That's bars.
You don't even. I'm gonna say that one more time for the women, for the 5 girls that are listening. How can you expect me to know you when you don't even know you?
That sounds like a Drake lyric.
That does, for real. But yeah, it's concerning. Not concerning, but yeah, because obviously like there's a religious aspect of it. But like when you really break it down, like there's a lot of girls that do not take care of themselves in that way, and I think that it makes it kind of weird because then it's like whenever they're having sex with a dude, it's like, oh, he couldn't get me off. It's like you can't even get yourself off. How are you like? How are you putting that on me?
That's so crazy.
And I'm not channeling, guys.
Yeah, that's that was a pretty feisty.
You know, that was feisty, but I'm like, I'm speaking up for the dudes that are like out here, like, you know, struggling because I don't think that's fair. Like, how can you expect?
You know, it's weird. It's just like, I feel like it was more publicized for boys growing up, like that was a thing. Like, I don't know. Like, how did you learn? Like, how did you know to masturbate?
It's almost like second nature. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, but I just feel like it was more of like a thing that boys just fucking did.
What do you say?
Right? Like, it was more publicized, right? So like I feel like that was part of the reason. Like if it's like kind of shown to you in movies, shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
And you think about like magazines and shit, like they used to be like out there.
Girls Gone Wild used to be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's even like you know what movie? Superbad. Superbad, yeah, Superbad.
I remember the first time I watched Superbad, I thought I was gonna pass away from laughing. I literally thought
Superbad is like one of the funniest movies ever. Yeah. But yeah, like so it's way more publicized. So I feel like that probably plays the biggest role in it.
Yeah, I would say this, like to close that one out, like how do you even get to this horny?
Someone asked how to get over someone, and then
I said yeah.
Oh shit, you took it there for sure.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me. I was definitely bricked up on this one. But I would say like for the girls listening, no, I probably shouldn't encourage masturbation.
That was when you said that, I was like, there's just no way he's about to say that.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Never mind. I'm not gonna speak to the girls. I'm gonna leave that to I'm gonna stay out of women's business.
Respect.
But if I'll just say this, if you don't even know yourself, don't expect anyone to know you. I don't think that's fair. I think we can do 2 ones. I have 2 more.
All right, let's do 2 more.
Damn, man, y'all need to stop asking me these fitness questions, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you want your questions answered, chances are, if you want your questions answered and you ask me some fitness shit, chances are I'm probably just gonna skip over it because I feel like
more or less it's what caloric surplus, caloric deficit.
Yeah, there's
train harder.
There's some in here that are like a little bit crazy. There's something that you can answer here too. So there's which is something I hate this fucking question, but I'm starting to get a little bit more open to it. How do we become part of the better team or the Naka team? I'll let you handle that one first.
I think
let's do this. How does someone become part of a Naka? Like
getting to know the team. So like an ambassadorship
athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely it's always like kind of like said the same, but actually wearing the product, buying the product, supporting the company, and just tagging people consistently, not in an annoying way though. And like just be honest with yourself on the content that you're creating, compare your content to other people that you look at. that are already on the team and be like, okay, is my content on this level? Is my content better than this person? And just kind of provide a new look and just provide value.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think it's the biggest thing. I've like talked about this like a lot of times on like IG stories, lives, responding to people. I'm not saying that we're like fucking Nike or shit or something like that, but add some type of value.
Yeah,
like literally.
I always see you say that, and that's facts.
Yeah, like if we want to be real, like I'm gonna talk to y'all the way I would talk to like the homies. What value do you add, bro? Like how you would never see like a high school athlete trying to figure out how to get signed by Nike. Like like are you like
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like chances are, which is a little bit different with social media brands, but chances are if you're the one that's doing all the reaching out, I mean you're already like in the wrong spot. Like you want to be in a position where like you build yourself up so much so to where like you're the commodity.
100%.
But also too, there are those times where people like they just offer value. Like maybe your value isn't going to be an ambassador, right? So like let's rephrase this, right? Maybe you don't have a big following. Maybe that's not like your goal. But you want to become part of the team, like literally hit the people up on the team.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah,
that's the biggest cheat code.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that's the biggest cheat code. Like you're more if you don't have a following and you hit me up asking how to be part of the team, it's already a turnoff. Like a lot of my team are people that are like that have been around me, and I kind of just observe them from afar, and I'm like, okay, like this person seems to be adding value in this certain type of way. Like, how could we actually get them in the infrastructure, right? But like when you just hit me, it's like, hey, how can I be part of the team? Like, I don't know you, bro. Like, I don't know. What do you do? Like, what can you offer? Like, what is a different way that you can help push the brand forward? Like, whether that be as an ambassador or someone that's going to be like an actual framework of what we do. So I think people who said that, ask not what you could do for your country, or ask not what your country could do for you. JFK, I think. Ask not what your country could do for you. Ask what you could do for your country. Yeah. So adopt that mentality, and I promise you're going to find a way.
Yeah. And also, I think, before we move on, like if you're gonna hit someone up, like if you're gonna hit someone and be like, how can I join the team? Especially like on that vibe, not like an athlete thing, but like join the team. You should definitely have like some type of plan, some type of like history in whatever you're trying to pursue. Yeah. Like don't just be like, oh, I want to be part of the team because like I want to grow with the company and like I want to be a part of this like culture that you have, and like you don't really have any real experience. You don't really have any like anything to really offer. And you don't have any solid plan. You just kind of want to be here for the vibes. Like, these are full-on companies at this point, bro. Like, there's not really time to just be vibing out. Yeah, like, there's just not. Like, if you're trying to join the team, respect, but like, let's do some real shit here.
Yeah, let's figure out like what do you actually want to do? Like, what are different things that you excel that can help us push forward?
Facts.
Nah, man, y'all asking me about it's easier to squat with calibrated plates and shit. Oh, sorry, Nisha Marie. She asked about that. Shout out to Nisha. She actually DM'd me about like becoming part of the team. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but we're here now. There's only like another good one. All the other ones are like fitness related. Last one, we can talk about music. I mean, classic top 5 rappers. Like just here are your top 5. I already know like number 1 for sure.
Top 5 all time ever?
Yeah.
That's tough. Number 1's gonna be Kanye.
Really?
Yeah.
Your number 1's Kanye?
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was Drake.
No, Drake's like the solid number 2. I used to go back and forth on it, but I think Kanye.
What happened that concert they put
on? No. Like that was part of it. Yeah. Not like part of like. For me personally though, Ye was always just like my favorite ever. I think I just go through phases where I'm like maybe I lean towards Drake more, maybe I lean towards Kanye, but I just think Kanye is just the greatest artist that there ever is, like to ever exist. Like he has the greatest album ever, my opinion. That never changed. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah. And then he's just on a different level. And when you really go back and you think about it and you look at just what he's created, just even outside of music, it's just not even a question. I feel like artistry, he's number 1. Drake number 2 off top.
You're probably like the only other person I know that knows like every Drake. You know more Drake than I do, 100%. I think.
Yeah.
Bar for bar, right? Probably.
Yeah. I can probably comfortably listen to any Drake song and like know the words. I don't know.
I'm almost there, but like like the seaside.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nah, I'm a huge Drake fan.
Yeah.
I just feel like his lows are just he can get pretty low. He can get pretty like his.
For real? You think so?
Yeah,
I think
there's a few tracks that I like. Search and Rescue to me.
You don't like that song?
Not really.
So you know what's crazy? I have a different take. I don't think he can make bad music.
No, he can't make bad, but like his low is lower than Kanye's. Like
I don't think so. I think Kanye's.
What's Kanye's lowest?
You know I don't fuck with that Jesus.
Okay, yeah. That's an album that I tend to like.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And then he's had some like there's a period of time he had some horrible bars like
yeah.
Whenever, so I remember specifically like Tyler had to like bring a decent Kanye out. Like I don't even think Kanye, like Donda showed he could still rap a little bit, but like
I'm like 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm still not big on Donda.
Sonically, like it's just like it's just so crazy. But I don't know. I feel like so Search and Rescue, in my opinion.
Damn, you don't like that song? That's
kind of mid. It's just kind of mid. Like it's strong mid. Like you said, he can't make bad songs. Like his song isn't bad.
I listen to that song so much.
But it's just like this. Like you can tell when Drake is lacking substance.
You're doing what I used to do, which is like because I'm okay. So like my breakdown is like it's weird. Kanye used to be like everything, bro. But whenever he started doing the shit and going off the rails and like going against black people, it just kind of made it tough to like listen to his music the same because his music was so like empowering for me. It was almost like listening to Kendrick Lamar at some points, right?
Yeah.
But I mean like I know every word Kanye has ever said. But like Drake, I used to hold in this tier like, man, I want you to be like this.
Yeah.
But you're not like this. So it would leave me to like unappreciate or like not appreciate his music as much. But then when I accepted, like, yo, this nigga just makes good music. Just listen to the vibes.
No, he makes amazing music. Like, there's no question about it. I just think, to me, like, honestly, like, if I started talking about Kanye, this would be another hour. So
no, yeah, it would be. We could literally talk about Kanye for an hour. But I'd say for me, it's the feeling I get when like Kanye, Drake, Kendrick, and Tyler drop is like uncomparable to any other artist. I'm a huge Tyler the Creator fan.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Like he's one of the artists I feel like kind of is just overlooked, but his progression,
bro, completely different person.
Like his progression is probably second to none.
Yeah.
His music has only gotten better since the jump, and now his creativity has always been there. Like I mean, from fucking what is it? Bastard Goblin Wolf, like that was a whole concept in itself. Like that shit's crazy. Yeah, Tyler's up there. I don't know if I could put Tyler in my top 5 just because
sonically it's not something you're gonna be listening to like
not all the time. I love it though. It's just like I don't feel like I've listened enough to his music to be like right now he's top 5 for me. The Weeknd's up there for sure.
Oh yeah.
Man,
shout out to Jose Perez though. That's the one that asked the question.
Shout out Jose.
I just fucked him over by now.
It's my legal name.
For real?
Yeah.
So your middle name or
so Anthony's my middle name.
Oh,
Jose
okay.
is my legal name. I don't really, before we close, Jose is my first name. Jose is my middle brother's first name, my baby brother's first name, my dad's first name, and my grandpa's first name.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
y'all all Jose.
Shit. Yeah, that's why none of us go. Some Mexican shit.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, I want to leave on this question too. If you were a rapper, who would you be? Like, if BBA was to just like morph into a rapper, you'd be Kanye. No, I mean like, who do you think represents your personality and like your music style and all that type of shit? You think it's still Ye?
Creatively, the way that I function, bro, honestly, it would probably be Ye.
Yeah.
But the actual music that I feel like if I was to get into the booth right now and make a song myself, probably wouldn't be Ye. I don't know. I feel like I'd make some like chill shit. I feel like I could probably like sonically create an album similar to, or sonically make a song similar to Mac Miller.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mac Miller was like,
he was fired. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I feel like I'd have the ear to pick the production sound.
Actually, yeah, you probably could. Yeah, I could.
And if I sat down long enough, I could probably write similar bars.
Yeah.
Like for real. Mac Miller's fire. I think I could write similar bars to Mac Miller.
Shit.
Personally, I just feel like I could.
Yeah. I feel like overall, I feel like I'm really close to Tyler. Like his personality, like everything about Tyler, I see myself in him in a sense.
I can
like,
see that.
Yeah, like
I can see that.
just not the
or like Playboy Cardi.
I was like, bro, Playboy. I think Tyler
Playboy's
matches
hard.
up pretty well. He's like a person that likes to go against the grain a little bit. Like I like to be a little bit eccentric.
Tyler's like low key, if you think about it, like a good PR yay.
Yeah, he is. He's yay more controlled.
Yeah.
Now
I feel like he's not as groundbreaking either when it comes to sounds, but
I think he actually. Oh yeah, no, he's not. He's not.
Not
he's
to like
not,
the
he's
extent,
not.
like obviously
To hip hop he is.
Yeah,
but not like
just in general music.
fuck man, I miss Ye, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
I miss Lil Ye.
He's working on Down to 3 for sure. So.
This guy's crazy. All right, I think that's pretty much.
This is great.
It,
this is a great pod. Thank you. Thank all you guys for having me here today.
Yeah,
especially you. I'm glad that. I don't know who runs the page, but when I commented that I was going to be the first guest, I spoke it into existence.
It definitely like it definitely made me think. I'm like, yeah, we definitely have to have Ant on.
That was hard though. I'm gonna screenshot that and then post it this week and be like, yo,
manifest it.
The power of manifestation is crazy.
Yeah.
Now, I thank all you guys, especially you, for having me on your pod.
Oh, of course. Appreciate
this is great. The pod's gonna be great. You've already done great for 2 episodes, and then also before I leave, just shout out to the whole better team. You guys, the rebrand is crazy, and I've just obviously me. Just watching you guys grow, especially this past few months, like it's been fire. All you guys are hella talented. Your whole team's talented. You're obviously crazy. You're talented. So I just want to say thank you guys for having me on, and thank you for you specifically having me on.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I would say like Ant, like appreciate you, bro. Like Ant, I've seen Ant grow from like someone that was like around to someone that is like that's like pivotal in the success of Anaka. So it's like just seeing like all of the marketing. It's funny because like we draw so much from like what you guys were able to establish, and like I love the fact that we could reach out to y'all and it's like, yo, what do you think about that? Or, like, how do you guys like do this and all that type of stuff? So like Ant does a lot for Anaka, and it's really cool to just see like the growth of the masturation. Almost sound like I said masturbation.
Yeah,
maturation.
considering our conversations,
our previous conversations and shit. Yeah. But just like everything that he's been able to help build over there has just been like really, really dope. And then just coming on here, like I already knew it would be a good ass podcast. Yeah. I was like, definitely. I feel like going forward, it's like, yo, if we need a guest, like just hit up Ant, like definitely in rotation or some shit like that.
For sure. Like if you're on some board shit,
yeah,
you're just like, I don't feel like doing a solo. Like you're like, bro, I don't want to do a solo right now. Like,
yeah. Because there's gonna be definitely weeks where I come in and just like we're chilling.
Nah, I feel that.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast too, because are we doing pretty solid numbers, man, on Spotify and YouTube? Like YouTube, it's hard to get people to watch anything, but like, or we did like 3K on the first video or some shit like that. Like, or doing, I think we did like a K, like 1K, like a day with the other one with episode number 2. 2K for real? Yeah. That's crazy, man. And like, we're trying to build. Like, I'm a slow burn type of person. Yeah, like I don't give a fuck. I don't care about
especially for a podcast. Like,
yeah, it's hard, man.
I feel like a podcast is such a hard like niche to just break into
for sure.
So it's like definitely a slow burn.
So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please keep tagging that you guys are listening. Please keep tagging that you guys are checking out the new episodes. Like I said, this has probably become my favorite medium to create content, just because like it allows me to be in a long form space and kind of get my ideas and thoughts out. And it's funny because when we jump on these podcasts, I don't even have an opportunity to really talk about everything I want to talk about like that. So thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate the support. If you guys want to follow Ant, where can they tap in with you at?
BigBallerAnt before we rebrand.
Before the rebrand.
So, you can follow me at BigBallerAnt on pretty much all platforms.
Hell yeah. So appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the Better Take Podcast. This is your host, Russell Ward, and I'm signing out. Peace.